Now, let's go to this very sticky situation, no? Ethics, okay? I spent a lot of time reflecting on this in preparing for this talk. I stopped and reflected what has ever happened to our society. If cheating is prevalent, what does that reflect of our society? What aspects of our lives take precedence? It shows what is most important to us. And it's reflective of our society. So I looked at myself and I said, okay, as a teacher, do I impart ethical standards to my students and to the academic community in general? Do I mold my students only in the cognitive aspects of learning of them as a person? As a human being, don't we have an internal compass called conscience to lead us to the right path? Parang passing at all cost, getting the degree at all cost. So that's why our society is like this, because of our classrooms, because of our courses. So what are the issues? Plagiarism, if it is not yours, it is your moral obligation to identify who actually owns it. And a recognition of intellectual property of who owns what. So as we contribute to this knowledge economy, we generate what we call intellectual property. If you buy a phone, okay, if you buy a phone, you get a receipt. The receipt states your name. If you buy a piece of land, you get a piece of paper with your name on it. These are tangible properties that you purchased. But as we contribute to the knowledge economy, we generate what we call intellectual property, the products of our brain. And there should be proper acknowledgement of who owns what. So a mere copy-paste tells us that it is not right to do that. So that's the spectrum, but on the other side of the spectrum, the contract cheating, okay, these are services being asked, being reached out. You reach out for those services being asked from these companies or individuals offering these services. For what? For funds. Okay, so this is very important, no? Let us challenge ourselves as co-educators. Okay. Now, to be able to address this ethical dilemma, I also propose one component of assessment, which is reflection. And meta-reflections as stated by Rapanta and Pisano in 2021 in their paper. Reflections and meta-reflections are defined as thinking or turning back on one's experience. And there are various levels. Maybe you interact or reflect on the content. How does the content change or transform your own thinking? You reflect on the process that you went through. Okay? What do you learn in the process? Or you reflect on the premise. Is it correct that we are evaluating our assessments? And meta-reflections are thinking about our own thinking or thinking about our reflections. So it's important that we add reflections into the process of learning of our students.